From the streets of LA to the boardroom and beyond, more than a speaker, more than a CEO, Eric Bailey is a movement, and the NLR Group is his platform for change. This isn't just a show, it's a movement. Raw, real, unscripted. The Eric Bailey Show, brought to you by NLR, starts now.
Well, hello and welcome to the EBG live show, streaming live out of Springfield, which is out of the CBD in Brisbane. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to welcome everyone from LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. If you're over the age of 50, you're leading a life through leadership, or at the crossroads, or you're working in some type of change, you're in the right place. Tonight it's real talk, real life, and real you. So I want to start by actually explaining why am I actually doing this live broadcast. Well, for about the last 2 years, I've been getting a lot of questions through my website. After I speak at an event, I'll get an email and someone will ask a question about my presentation. And so then I would go back and forth with some answers. I'd put it into a blog, and then that would be it. And a couple of weeks ago, I was speaking in an event in Cairns. And one of the questions that was asked while I was finishing up was, Eric, is there any way that we can have more of this on a regular basis where we can be motivated? Maybe we can send you a question and you can answer it, and more people. And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. So I can't tell you whether all the technology is going to work. I can't tell you whether I'm going to be moving the mouse and moving into different places at the right time. There could be some stuff that's going on that's not meant to be. But you know what? I'm not going to procrastinate any longer. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I do. So the plan is for me to speak for about 20-25 minutes. And we're going to do this every Tuesday night. And if you do have some questions, you have some feedback, hit me up on my website in the comment section. I'm always open to hear anything you might have to say. Might be some topics that you want me to talk about. So here we go. First of all, I want to give a big props and a thanks to our show sponsor, the NLR Water Fire Mold Restoration Group, which I am proudly to say I am the CEO of the group. And we're not just about water, fire, mold restoration. We restore lives. And so the staff there, operations, project manager, ownership, IT, marketing, the technicians in all of our organization is just top rate. And I'm proud that they are backing this. And as you can see on the side, there is a book that we do have on our website that talks about how to choose the right restoration partner and to avoid costly mistakes. You can go to nlr.com.au. You can download the book and see why I say, and it's only me, I might be a little bit biased, but I say we are #1 in all of Queensland. So want more information on that, you can go straight to our website. So what is tonight all about? Well, let's just get right into it. I'm going to be talking about authenticity in the paint. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about basketball, I'm going to educate you. I'm going to school you. The paint is that portion right in front of the ring, right in front of the hoop, where all the action takes place. Right there is where all the dirty work, the bumping, the grinding, the punching, the kicking, the elbowing. And when you're in that paint, you got to come strong. You got to come correct. You got to come with feeling. You got to come with passion. You got to come with your authentic self. You got to come with who you are, and you got to bring the power, your A game, while you're in the paint. If you don't come in the paint with all of that, you know what happened? You get your shot blocked. You get it rejected. You get it thrown out of there. You know, people say that you're weak. In life, in all aspects of life, the paint is where the action is. The paint is where you score. The paint is when you get in there, you got to take your best shot. And if you don't come with all your tools, if you're not prepared, then you're going to get your shot blocked. You're going to get rejected. Tonight, I want to talk to you particularly because we are in the second week of July. We're also in the midway of 2025. This is a perfect segue to talk about how are you operating in the paint? In your world, the paint could be your lounge room. The paint could be in your office. The paint could be in your boardroom. The paint could be conversations with your partners. The paint could be in your community. The paint could be anywhere that you value. Wherever you value, wherever you treasure, that is your paint. Are you protecting the paint? Also, while you're in the paint, are you authentic? Are you giving your real, honest self? I've got a quote here that I got, and I just want to read it out to you. Now, I know this is not a scripted show, but I do have some notes because I want to bring some clarity. And this quote says, "Authenticity isn't about being perfect. It's about being real enough to lead, bold enough to change, and strong enough to start again." You see, sometimes when you get into the paint and things don't go well, it's okay to get knocked down. It's okay to be fouled. It's okay to sort of go, you know what? Wow, it didn't work out for me. But what you have to do is start again. I want to talk to you about my life. I want to talk about being authentic. In 1995, which was 30 years ago, almost to today, 30 years ago, I decided I wanted to be a motivational speaker. I just basically finished playing professional basketball. I had the basketball stuff out of my system. You know when you've been doing something for such a long time, and you just maybe don't have the body for it, you don't have the mind for it, you don't have the energy for it, and sometimes you don't do it as well as you used to do, but because you've done it for such a long time, you just want to keep doing it. Well, I got to that stage in basketball and I was like, you know what? I've done all the coaching. I've done the basketball clinics. Now it's time for me to move on to something else. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? You've got a good story. You got a good message. You've got energy. You got passion. You got enthusiasm. You got a story. How about you become a motivational speaker? So back then, obviously, there was no, social media. There was no internet. So I had to, read up on it, went to a couple of libraries, got some books, talked to a few people, went to a few conferences, saw some people speaking, and I was like, yes, I can do that. That's something I can do. So I was passionate about it. I was authentic in what I wanted to do. And why did I want to become a motivational speaker? Is because I thought that my message would resonate with enough people that I could make a change, that I could make a difference. You see, when you're authentic and there's passion and emotion connected to your authenticity, then you have confidence. And I had confidence I could make it work. So I thought to myself, I'll fly to Sydney. I'll speak to the experts. The experts are the ones who could look at you and talk to you and say to you, yes, you can go out and we will get you booked and paid for jobs. And so I did that and I was excited and I went and I sat and talked to someone who was an expert. Let me give you a word of advice. Sometimes the experts get it wrong. So if you're over 50, if you're 55, if you're 60, over 60 like I am, and you're starting a new career. And with that, I closed up my folder. I jumped on a plane and flew back to the Gold Coast where I was living. And I made a decision. I said, I'm going to make this despite of this person. But I did it the wrong way. You see, when you are authentic, when you're your real self, you don't try to be someone else to get the results that you want. You be yourself, but you have to stay focused. So what did I do? I tried to copy everybody else that I saw. Les Brown, Anthony Robbins, Brian Tracy. put on a suit, had a briefcase. I did all of the things that just weren't natural to me. To make matters worse, I did it for 20 years that way. For 20 years, I did it that way. And for that way I did it, let me tell you something. I wasn't bad. Okay, don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I was still pretty good. 15 countries, over 4 million people. I was traveling the world. I opened for Arnold Schwarzenegger. I opened for Sir Richard Branson. Speaking of Sir Richard Branson, in the 20th year, I was at a conference and I was speaking. I was opening for him in Melbourne, the Acer Arena. 9,000 people. I was the opening act. I was in the green room before, and he was sitting in the corner, had his handlers, his minders all around, and he saw me looking at him. Oh, wow, that's Sir Richard Branson. I'm opening for him. I've made it now. Had on my suit, had my tie. I was clean. And then one of his handlers came over and said, "Would you like to meet Richard Branson?" Fantastic. Yes, I would. Walked over, sat down, met, we started talking. I knew I didn't have very long because I had to go on stage. And I said, "Excuse me, I just want to ask a question. I'm a motivational speaker. I want to go global. I want to travel to Dubai. I want to go to Europe. I want to be on the world stage. I want to be known all over the world. What's the advice you would give someone like me, a motivational speaker, been doing it for 20 years? Obviously, I would respect what you said." And he looked at me up and down and he asked me the question. He says, "When you go on stage and when you speak," he says, "are you authentic?" I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "I can tell right now that maybe you have a mask on." And I said, "Okay, well, thanks a lot." And for the next 10 years, instead of me actually thinking about what he was saying and doing something about it, I kept the mask on. And what was my mask? And this is what authenticity is all about. Wherever you are watching this right now, a question that I would like to ask you is, are you living with a mask on or is your mask off? Because my mask was I wanted to be like other people. I lived my life as if I was living to catch the top dog instead of living my life to be the best dog that I could be. In 2020, when COVID hit and the borders closed and there was no speaking, there was no one-on-one coaching, there was just depression and anxiety, particularly in my industry, when I had to resort to being on a Zoom, and that was very minimal because I just don't feel that I am the same person on a Zoom that I am when I'm face to face. In 2020, my life changed. I had to look at myself and say, wow, Richard Branson said to you, are you authentic? In 2020, I lost everything. A 37-year relationship, gone. My beautiful Chrysler car, hail damage, gone. I was told that I needed to have a knee replacement, and I knew that was going to be painful. I didn't have consistent income coming in. I found it was a life-changing operation for me. But I learned something. This is the time when you look in the mirror and ask yourself the question, who are you? What are you capable of? What is your destiny and what is your legacy? And it was at that moment I made a decision that I'm going to be authentic. I'm not going to worry about what other speakers are doing. I'm not going to worry about wearing a three-piece suit with a tie and leather shoes. No, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be dressed like I want to be. And right now, here we are, 2025 now. Since that moment, my life has changed. I'm the CEO of a company, and every day I get to go in there, and it's not a job anymore. It's a passion. It's a purpose. When I go on stage now, I feel free. I feel relaxed. Jobs are just coming in. I pick and choose the ones I want to take. Last year, I got the CSP award, which is one of the highest awards in speaking on the planet. This year, I was voted Australian Motivational Speaker. Why? Because I'm doing it my way now. I'm living my life. I'm taking care of myself. I'm freer now. And I got to thank the people who are allowed to come into my world and remind me every day, just be you. Just be you. My business partner and best friend, Karen Jones, thank you. Just be you. My daughter, Chanel Sanderson, Dad, just be you. My homeboy down in Melbourne, Kelvin Bowers, just be you. My new family at NLR, just be you. And because I'm just being me now, life is good. Life is good at age 64. I'll be 65 in November. Tonight, wherever you are, whatever time you watch this, I want you to be thinking about authenticity. You can't lead what you pretend to be. You can't lead what you pretend to be. Change isn't the end. It's an invitation. Confidence comes from congruency and realness. If you're in a relationship, in a boardroom, in a dealership, sales, or executive meeting, if there is more competition, confliction, then communication, compassion, collaboration, then you can't be authentic. You can't be who you are if you're surrounded by all of this confusion. So what is it going to be? July. Let this be the turning point of 2025. Communication, compassion, collaboration. That will help you in every aspect of your life. To those of you who are sitting here and listening to this, can I tell you how blessed and awesome you are to have right now an opportunity to pivot in the person that you want to be. Not the person that you are, because the person that you want to be is greater. But what is it going to take? It's going to take for you to take the mask off. Thank you so much for joining me on our first edition of the Eric Bailey Show. I hope to see you next week. And next week, we're going to be talking about bench warmers. Are you a bench warmer? Peace. And
you've just been in the room with Eric Bailey, global motivator, change maker, and CEO of the NLR Group. Remember, it's not about where you're started. It's about where you're willing to go. Unscripted, unfiltered, unstoppable.